it's time for a deep dive. Oh yes, this is where something that has that I want to really break down for you. Listen, real quick, spoilers, spoilers, on top of spoilers. Okay, every little nugget of anything that was worth a damn to talk about, including the ending and including the twist, I'm going to now divulge. That is just how it is going to go. Okay, and then on top of it, I really need this to be from me. I don't really work with a script. I don't really have I mean, sometimes I make little notes that I can kind of know what I really want to discuss. But most of it, man, is just this free flowing outflow of blah, manic shit. And it crosses my mind, and off I go, and now I'm just running, and I'm just doing my thing, and I can't even help myself. So that's kind of what these deep dives are going to be, where it's just it's a parable, because for me, that's how it is, man. Movies are they're entertainment, and they're fun, and they're an outlet, and all that stuff, and hobbies, and all that sort of stuff. But really, when I really dial it down, man, it's really quite a spiritual experience. It's really quite a spiritual thing. It's really quite a communication, And these are just stories, and they have to land on you, and then the soil has to be good enough for it to really penetrate, And that's really what they are to me. They've always been that way. Always been that way, from the first movie until now, man. And now we're going to talk about one of my favorite parables. Oh my God, here we go. The Neon Demon. Now, is it my favorite movie? No. And where does it rank? I wouldn't be surprised if it's somewhere in the top 10. Really. I don't think it's in the top 5. I think I can think of 5 movies that I like a little bit better. Man, but the title that this movie does have, it is the funnest movie for me to show people who've never seen it. Oh, because it's scandalous, man. It's scandalous and it's taboo, and I know where it's going to go, and I know how uncomfortable it's going to make people. Ah! Love it. Love it. I love showing it to people. It is absolutely fun as fuck. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I can't even begin to get around it. But anyway, so now we're going to talk about this. We're going to take a deep dive into it. What is the Neon Demon about? Okay, well, you've got Jessie. Jessie is the main character, okay? Pretty girl moving to Los Angeles to become a famous model, okay? And she's there, and she meets Ruby, and Ruby is a makeup artist that just kind of gravitates to her and stuff, and then Ruby introduces her, Jessie, to her friends, okay? And you have Gigi, who is just a plastic Barbie doll, absolutely shallow, rude and catty and all that sort of shit, and just the epitome of what you would think of. This shallow, hollow model who's obsessed with her looks, and as a result, though, she's also very catty and very bleh, and then you've got Sarah. Sarah is super important, man. Sarah is super, and I don't want to really get into the why of it just yet. We will expound greatly upon Sarah, okay? She is another one of Ruby's friends, okay? So Jessie goes out. She goes out into this world, this little modeling world, and she meets with this agent lady, okay? And it comes about in the conversation, okay, you're great, you're incredible, you've got a good look to you, we're totally going to sign you, we're totally going to take you on board. All right. But then it comes out in the conversation that Jessie just turned 16. Just turned 16. I'm going to go into that a little bit more and stuff. But then the agent lady tells her, says, if anyone asks, you say you're 19. 18's too close to it, and people will freak out if they know you just turned 18. So you're going to lie, and you're going to say that you're 19. Well, nobody's going to believe that, Jessie says. And then her reply is, people believe what they're told. People believe what they're told. So it's just, there's this nice little kind of deep nugget there to chew on about people and people believing what they want to believe. And okay, there's a little bit of depth to it. All right, that's fine. But anyway, she gets signed on because she's a pretty girl and this agent's all about her and has sent her pictures off and she's going to get photographed later in the week and everything. And that's just a fantastic scene. And, but there's like this whole cast of characters, man. And, one of them, Keanu Reeves is in this thing, Hank. And Hank owns a seedy hotel where runaways go to. That's what Hank does. I don't mean Keanu Reeves. I mean Hank, because Keanu Reeves channels some other entity. You know how like it's always Keanu Reeves? You know, Keanu Reeves, really playing Keanu Reeves as Neo and as John Wick, but it's really Keanu Reeves and stuff. This isn't. This is Hank. And Hank is kind of just scummy. And it's interesting. It's interesting to see because you've not seen Keanu Reeves that way. And he has a few interesting scenes in this. And, you know, and speaking of fucking creepy, Jack. This is Jack. Jack's the photographer. And Jack is creepy as fuck. All right? This scene is fantastic, man. This scene is so good. It is so good. It might be probably like maybe my second, third favorite scene, but it's so good, man, because Jack is creepy as shit, as you can see, and he has this stare. And so Jesse goes to this photo shoot. Ruby makes her up. They take her out, right, and he locks eyes with her, man, and he's instantly just staring at her. And I mean, he's not letting up at all. Just looking at her, goes over, grabs her by the arm, leads her over, stands her around, and he's just inspecting her. Never says a word. Never says a word. Right? Takes her over, looks her up, and then like announces, like to everybody, thank you everybody for your work on this. I really appreciate this. This is a closed set now. I need everybody to leave us alone. It's like, okay. All right, this is kind of going south a little bit. All right, no big deal. So everyone leaves. Now there's this girl, okay, standing there with this photographer with that fucking look on his face the whole time, man, just death staring her, you know? And he looks at her and he says, take off your clothes. Like, oh my fucking God. So she does. So she takes off her clothes, right? Because she takes off her dress. She had a dress on. That's what he meant by clothes, right? Clearly not everything. Oh no. And real quick, let me just touch base on this again. This girl was 15. She is now, she's technically closer to 15 than she is 17. I know that they have a word for that. It's called 16. But listen to me. She just was fucking 15 years old. She's pretending to be 19. I understand. But you get the uncomfortableness of this fucking scene, man. Because she's standing there. You can tell she's fucking uncomfortable. And he, of course, Jack's like, take off your clothes. You know, and of course she takes off the dress and he's like, is there a problem? So yeah, she gets goddamn naked. They don't show anything, okay? There is one great image. I wish I could have found it, but I did. Maybe a screenshot or something. But where she's looking down, terrified, fucking terrified. The room is to her. You can tell that she's in the same room, but it's a super close-up of her face. Totally freaking the fuck out, man. She's about to get raped. You just know it, right? And then the lights go off. The lights go fucking off. And like, could it get any fucking worse? Yes, as a matter of fact, it can. Boom, lights are off. She's standing there, freaking the fuck out, okay? You see him milling about, and then you see him go off to the back room, and he comes out with just buckets. He comes up with, not buckets, bad word, like suitcases of something. Like, oh my God, what's going to happen to this girl? What's going to happen to this girl? You know? And then he comes up to her, right? And you're like, oh shit, here we go. Oh, the raping. Oh God. Oh crap. I'm going to walk out. This is going to be too much. This is going to be fucking too much. And he pulls up this gold paint and starts wiping it all over her body. And then you're like, okay, but he's gonna rape this girl, right? I mean, he's gonna fuck her up. There's something really fucked up with this guy. This guy's fucking creepy. This scene has played out and intensified, and the tension is insane. And now you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Oh my God, she's gonna get raped. She's gonna get raped and or murdered. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, but man, she's beautiful. She's transformed, man. I mean, he's whopping on her and stuff, and then in the end, he just sloughs it off of her throat and just looks at her. And it's like, yeah, that's what I was wanting the whole time. She's beautiful, she's transformed, and now Jack goes off, take pictures. Just take pictures, man. And that was it, man. That was the thing. It was the reversal of that entire scene, because you were sure it was going down this one path, and it was ramping it the fuck up, man. The look on his face, his tone of voice, like, how creepy can I make this? Take off your clothes. Is there a problem? Yeah, meaning all of them. I need you fully naked. Didn't say anything. You know, didn't clarify. Wasn't trying to apologize at any level, man. At any level. Wasn't trying to clarify. Wasn't trying to be empathetic to her worries or whatever. Thank you, everybody. It's going to be a closed set. Everybody leave us alone. Yeah. You know, and just the way that they do it. They're pushing you on purpose in a direction only to reverse it. That's what's so good about it. That's really what's good. An artist pursuing his vision above everything else. And it doesn't matter the appearance of things, man. It is the muses. It is the muses, and it is the connection to a higher ideal. I vibe with that a great deal, and I get it. I really get it. And then I do appreciate the movie's direction in making it so uncomfortable for me when really it wasn't. When really she doesn't get right, you know, nothing horrible happens to her. You know, she gets transformed in this beautiful image by this photographer that had this in his mind and was really after it, and that's all that he cared for, and that's all that he was concerned about. That's the way it went, you know. So then Jesse's done with the photography thing. Her and Ruby still friends and everything. Hey, if you need anything, give me a call. And so off Jesse goes into the world of competition, where you've got bunches of girls all wanting the same spot, and then you come along. How's it going to work out? You barely fucking know anything, you know? I mean, you're fucking 16 years old. What the fuck do you know, right? So now she's going to go off into the world of this, like, runway competition modeling, you know? No big deal, okay? But then, so you've got the fashion designer who is picking the models for the runway, who loves her, man, like lights up, like he is just, oh my God, like the first time he's ever even seen a woman, you know, just beautiful, just taken with her so much. And he's watched, up at this point, he's watched like 4 or 5 girls do their little runway walk, completely unimpressed, completely playing with his handkerchief. Like totally distracted. But then Jesse comes along and, oh man, he just opens right up, you know. And then Sarah, the one girl, she's there. And of course, she's rejected. So she runs off. Jesse's on board the show. She's going to be a part of the show. She doesn't know exactly what she's going to be doing yet, but she's 100%. They've signed her, everything. Sarah gets passed over, goes downstairs, and in a fit of rage begins beating a mirror, man. So dejected, so demoralized, so upset at herself. I mean, just all that. Self-destruction, man. So she busts this mirror. Jesse comes down there. Hey, what's up? You did really good. You did really okay. And then Sarah's big thing, and again, Sarah's a super important character. She really is. Okay, and we're going to talk more about even this scene later on. But Sarah looks at her and it's just like, don't do that. Don't placate me. I wasn't trying to do anything. And then Sarah's like, what is it like? What is it like? And she's like, well, what do you mean? To it be the dead of winter and you are the sun. What is it like to come into a room like that? You know? And then Jessie doesn't deny it. She kind of looks at her and says, it feels pretty good, you know? And just like, I got it, you don't, huh? And then about that time, Jessie cuts her hand horribly on a piece of glass, a piece of mirror, okay? And this is your first indication. This is your first indication that there might be more going on than meets the eye. What? What? No. Wait, why are now you making a play for her blood? Is this a vampire movie? Am I watching a vampire movie? No. Vampires, you say, oh, no. No, totally fucked up. Okay, but this is your first glimpse. This is really the first time you really get an indication this shit is going south. There is something that is not right here, okay? But then, moving on, Jessie goes to, this is a super big moment in it, and it's really well done. It's really fantastic. So she finally goes to the modeling show that she just got hired for, okay? And comes to find out that she is going to be the lead. She is going to end the show. So she is the pinnacle. She is the finale to this model show. Never before, like her and Gigi even get into it and stuff. And it's fantastic. It's a fantastic dialogue and stuff where Gigi's talking about all the plastic surgery that she has, and she makes a comparison that it's just good grooming and that nobody likes the way they look. And then that's when Jessie says, well, I do. And it's just rubbing it in your face. Not directly, mind you. Really not. The same thing with Sarah. Feels good when I'm the center of attention. And then with Gigi, nobody likes the way they look, but I do. I'm fine with it. Yeah, I have what you don't have. Yeah. So there's that. And that plays out a little bit more later and everything. But this scene is so fucking good, man. Because it's not literal. It's a very metaphoric scene. You're not really showing me what's happening. Not on the outside. Far more interesting is the internal psychology of everything. What's going on inside Jessie's head? You know, what is that transition? This is an internal psychological transition from knowing that you suspect that you're pretty. You suspect that you have something. Some people seem to see it. The agent hired you. Jack turned you into some golden goddess and just loved every bit of it. And now you've got this fashion designer just ogling over you, giving you the top spot in your show. What's that doing to your confidence? What's that doing to your self-esteem? You know, what's happening to you? And so this movie is now going to try to kind of show that. And it's a brilliant scene. It's fantastic. Mirrors, reflections of her, a transition into another self, you know, that takes over. And even her acting is so good in this because at one point, you know, she transforms in it, you know, and she just, boom, man, the coloring changes, the things on her face changes, and then it's just showing mentally that transition. You never see a fashion show. Not really. They kind of do a beginning little scene and stuff, but you don't really see it. You don't need to, man. You don't need to. That's not what's important. The important part of her is that she's coming into an understanding of herself. And then after the show, man, boom, Phoenix rises, man. True understanding of your place. And then it goes into absolutely something fantastic and profound, okay? She goes to a bar with her boyfriend, well, a club, a restaurant, whatever. And Roberto, the fashion designer's there, Gigi's there, and they're all sitting at a table and they're having a little conversation, and Jessie and her boyfriend walk in. And then there is this great little insight. And I don't know how exactly it gets started, but it involves Jessie's boyfriend, Roberto, and Gigi. Roberto makes Gigi stand up, and then he asks Dean, that's his name, the boyfriend, what do you think of Gigi? And he says, she's okay. And he's like, yeah, she's all right. She's all right. And then it goes into this great insight that you can always tell when beauty's manufactured. You can always tell when it's really fake. It's not really true. You know, that beauty is our currency. It is what we deal with. And without it, we're nothing. So we have to go, yes, it is shallow and all that kind of crap, and it's just about physical. Yes, it is. It is. But you can always tell when beauty is manufactured. And then he's like, Gigi's all right, but look at Jessie. Look at Jessie. And the phrase was, she is a diamond in a sea of glass. Right? Well, Dean is now, what are you trying to tell me? It's all about her looks. And I mean, he blows up. He's all upset. He runs off. No big deal. And then Jessie just stays behind. Later on, though, Jessie and Dean meet back up. Dean, of course, is pissed off, man, because he thinks that all these people are just fucking shallow pieces of shit. And, you know, looks don't matter. You know, it's fashion, man. It's modeling. It is what it is, you know. And he's like, you want to be like them? Is that what you want? You want to be like them? And she looks at him, just absolutely just straight on, says, I don't want to be them. They want to be me. And it was just, it's fantastic. There's just a great reversal there from what she was to what she became. Like, she is becoming this very aware person. And I just think it was just fantastic. You know, it really is. So anyway, she goes on back to the horrible Hank Hotel and everything. Almost gets murdered. Some guy tries to break in on her and stuff. And it ends up killing the girl next door. And she hears it through the wall. Nothing crazy goes on. Nothing crazy happens and everything. But anyway, so Jessie calls up Ruby. Okay? Hey, you know, I need a place to stay because I live in a murder hotel run by Neo from The Matrix. Exactly. I can't stay here. It's fucked up. So Ruby invites her over. Says, yes, you can come stay at my place. I'll take care of you. So Jessie goes over to Ruby's. No big deal, right? Everything should be good. Okay, but then Ruby tries to make her intentions known. You ain't just coming over here to hang out, lady. Oh no, I'm gonna make the move. Oh yeah, man. So anyway, rejection. Rejection. Because not only is the girl 16, the girl's also a virgin. And sex in any form scares the shit out of her. And especially with some girl that just is trying to get it on with her, man. It's fucked up. It's kind of crazy. But that's not what's the most important thing about this. It's what really is the most important thing is Ruby's side hustle. Off to the side, Ruby is a makeup artist, but she also freelances at a morgue. She's also, I don't think she's a mortician. She just works for a mortician's office, and she does makeup on dead people. Lo and behold, though, one day she's working on somebody who kind of reminds her of Jessie. Okay? This scene is the worst. Oh God damn. Oh shit. You know what there's not a big market for? I've come to find out. You know what there's not a really big market for in the movie world? That's lesbian necrophilia. Go figure, right? So yeah, sure enough, man, she shuts the door, locks it, and the whole buildup is just more uncomfortable. And usually anytime I show it to people, you can feel it. You can feel it. You don't quite, because one, no, man, they're not going to do that. That's like super taboo. There's no way they're crossing that line, right? But then as the scene progresses, man, and as she's walking across the room and as she locks the door, and it's just, it feels and you know where it's fucking going. Oh my God. So off in her mind, man, she's having her way with Jesse. But in reality, something very, very different is going on. Let me tell you something. Jerry Beam, we would like to commission you to write a necrophilia scene. Oh, okay. I'll do my best. I know nothing. I am relying on zero experience. I am relying on nothing. I don't know shit. I don't know the dynamics. I don't know the nuances. I have no idea. I have zero experience with lesbian necrophilia. Zero. Okay? I'm going to fuck it up. I'm going to fuck up a scene. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I have no idea. This scene, not only is it just horribly uncomfortable, not only is it horribly uncomfortable, not only do they not cut to black, they do not fade to black. You do not get the impression that it's going to happen. Oh, no. You get completion. You get post-orgasmic rest. That's what you get. That's exactly what you get. But this scene is so uncomfortable and so detailed, I'm like, who the fuck did you talk to? Who did you talk to? You talked to somebody. Oh, yes. No. You didn't dream that up. Oh, no. You talk. Who in the fuck are you interviewing for this? Holy crap. Oh, my God. It's so uncomfortable, man. It's fucked up. It's absolutely fucked up. But so you know, between Girl and the Blood and then this shit, something's up. Something isn't quite, you're not aware of something. You really aren't. So anyway, Ruby is done with that and she goes home to find Jesse. Jesse now is under full ascension, full knowledge of herself, who she is. She just lays it out. She talks about how girls would starve themselves and butcher themselves to become a second-rate version of me. And she's just under full power, man, full strength, all of that, man. But this is what she doesn't know. This is what she doesn't quite understand, okay? Is that she has something that people want. She has something naturally that people have to really work for and they have to struggle for and now everybody gets, man, and she's not aware of that. She's not aware of what people would do to have what she holds. She doesn't know her environment. She's made the wrong friends. She's made the wrong connections. Shit's about to go south, man. Really fucking south. So, sure enough, that's the story of Jessie. They kill her. They run her. All three of them. Gigi, Sarah, Ruby. They all run after her, chase her down. She gets kind of cornered. There's a pool there with no water in it. Okay? And, I don't know the dynamics. But anyway, the pool's drained. No big deal. But it's a deep damn pool. And so, sure enough, man, she gets tossed. She gets pushed. Boom, man. Breaks her leg. It's fucking gross as shit. Smashes her head. And then she fades to black just as all three girls are walking towards her at the bottom of the pool. What do they do? Apparently what we don't know, or what we come to find out, is this is a coven of witches. This is, what do they call it? the occult elite, like the high end, not the ones in the trailer parks and shit, not those Satanists. No, man, no, well connected, like a coven of witches, almost satanic in nature, fucking something. So anyway, they decide to bathe in her blood. Yes, they decide to gut her, bleed her out, bathe in her blood, and they eat her. Yes, they eat her. They fucking eat her. All right, and then there's like this segue. I mean, like it's done, and you feel like this. I mean, Jesse's dead. Your main character is dead, right? And so then they have this like this outro, this long kind of like, you know, wrapping it all up, you know, and that's when it's really good. Ruby's in mourning, going around topless. Yeah, Ruby's in mourning, going around topless. But then like there's one part where she's laying on grass that's sunken in, and they never say it, but I'm like, that's where you buried her bones. That's where her bones are buried. That literally, you drained her of all of her blood, and now you're laying in her grave. God, this is so fucked up. And then there is like this crazy, like satanic ritual. There is like this crazy moon-lit downtown LA, moon shining through. And then I'm going to lay down and you want to say piss. You want to say you're pissing in the floor, right? But here's the thing, man. It's kind of thick. And it gives me the impression, I mean, I could be wrong. But it gives me the impression that it's blood. It gives me the impression that it's blood. And that you have just given yourself some fucked up like blood enema of Jesse, and you're laying in the moonlight, and it just has just the creepiest satanic vibe, man. It's some ruthless ritual with adrenochrome or something. I mean, fucking crazy, man. I don't know, but it's wild as fuck. So yeah, they never explain it. Just adding to their characters, adding to their depth, man. That this is a really, these girls have been doing this. This is some sort of thing that's going on. You know, they have taken a girl that had what they did not. They consumed her, literally, and then they just wasted her away, man. Pissed her out onto the floor, you know? So, anyway, Gigi and Sarah go on a shoot, man. They got newfound power. What the fuck are you going to do? You're going to go on a photo shoot, man. Why wouldn't you, right? But in the process of it, Gigi is having stomach pains, okay? I don't know, tainted meat, some crazy bacteria. I don't fucking know. But it's getting worse. It's getting bad, man. And I mean, she's just beside herself, man. She's like seriously fucked up, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And so she runs off. And she is like in crazy agonizing pain. And then Sarah comes chasing after her, and she's like, what's up? She goes, I want her out of me. So, I mean, there's the confirmation. You motherfuckers ate her. Oh my God. And so she's just screaming and she's crying, and she picks up a pair of fucking scissors, man, and just stabs it into her gut so she can cut Jessie out of her body. So she's literally just slicing herself open. Okay. Oh, let me backtrack. Before that, she throws up. Oh God, she's inside of me. Oh God, I gotta get her out of me. Oh God, I can't do it. Oh God. And so she's just in horrible pain and then leaches over, throws up an eyeball. Listen to me. Throws up, vomits forth a part of Jesse. And that part is an eyeball. And the eyeball is just on the ground now. Gigi is beside herself and in a fit reaches over, grabs scissors, boom, man, starts to cut her stomach open just to get Jessie out of her. But of course, kills herself, and maybe that was it. Really, just the pain is so much, I can't take it, and I'm just going to end my life. I don't know. I don't know. It never really explains it, never really what was her reasoning. Doesn't need to. Because now Jessie is just checking this shit out, man. Like, she just can't believe what she's seeing, And there's Gigi, gut cut open, eyeball on the floor. That's that little thing right there. Yeah, eyeball on the floor. And Sarah's just, is she upset? I mean, what's going on? And I mean, I know you're thinking like I'm thinking, man. Such an obvious decision. I mean, you going to eat that? Exactly. I mean, what would you do in a situation like that, man? I mean, it's an obvious decision. Oh, yeah. She eats it. The girl, recap. Gigi ate Jessie. Jessie fucking up her insides. Gigi throws up eyeball. Gigi kills herself. Sarah eats eyeball. God damn. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, I love it. Oh, phew. Let's do some final thoughts. Here's my final thoughts. It's really Sarah's story. It's not Jessie. No, it's not Jessie. It's not. Jessie's really a minor character, truth be told. As she dies, she ultimately comes there. She's foolish. She makes friends with the wrong people. She's not aware of her environment. She has something that other people want, blah, blah, blah. But really, Sarah's the one that ends this story. And really, you see her kind of throughout. And there's a difference. But somehow, there is a difference between Gigi and Sarah. Gigi wishes to fake it, and it to be completely fake, and she's catty, and she's rude. She's rude in a way that Sarah is not. Sarah is honestly much more open, much more honest. All of her iterations, all of her scenes, all of her moments, interactions, all of that is one of much honesty. In the very first scene, they're trying to make small talk, and Sarah's not having any of it. She's just like, that's not what she wants to know. She wants to know who you're fucking. And who could you fuck? Who are you fucking? And is it more than me? That's what we want to know. And there was that way throughout the entire movie, man. Sarah comes along in just this honest way. And it's almost like if you can pause the seriousness of it all, the intensity of it all, the taboo subject matter, the photographers, all these things. It's just there's a difference between Gigi and there's a difference between Sarah. And it's almost as if there's such a thing as this chaotic evil and this noble evil. They both will take. But there's just a nuance there with Sarah's character that's different than Gigi's character. And it's a little bit fascinating to me, that they one is simply not worthy of it at all, but the other one strangely is. Well, why is that? Well, when you look back at the character, it's just there's more honesty in her, and there's a truthfulness in her. She never gets vicious, she never gets catty, she never gets rude, she never degrades or belittles or any of that stuff. But she's also not trying to manufacture the beauty. She's not. Just like, I don't know, it's like a pure taker, a true taker, rather than a fake taker and consumer and cannibal. I don't know. But there is just this richness in the story. There is a complexity there. That is good. That is honest to God brilliant. And I think it is truly, truly something, you know? So see, told you, Sarah is an important character. Sarah is the character. That's the thing. So, whew, what the hell do you rate this? 4? What the fuck? Motherfucker, this is 5, man. I own this movie. I have seen this movie several times. Occult, elite, richness of the psychology involved, the shockness of it, the fun of showing it to the unsuspecting. Oh yes, man, forever and ever. I love this movie. It's totally fucked up. It's horribly shocking, but man, fun times, fun times. I'd watch it anyway. So, yeah, spoilers. I mean, I pretty much dissected almost all of it. There's a few little things here and there, but it's all good. It's a beautiful film, too. Color palette's fan-fucking-tastic, man. It really is. I love there's a little scene in the beginning of an LA art show. Oh, God, it's so crazy. Not an art show, but like a dance presentation thing, techno. Oh, my God. It's fucking awesome. I loved it. So, it's worth a look. I mean, it really is. There's a lot, you know, I mean, I hit the key points, but yeah, you get the gist. But yes, woo, 5 beans.